between 1990 and 1993, Ruth Richardson was the Minister of Finance, and she had this bright idea that all benefits must be tagged to vaccination, and if you didn't vaccinate, you wouldn't get your benefit. Well, that was squashed, but they regularly come up with these sorts of ideas, and unless, I mean, it's a good thing that the database was pretty horrible. I mean, the day that they set up a really efficient database that absolutely works is the day we're screwed. But so long as they have a database that doesn't work, they're really not going to be able to do this kind of thing. But they do have a vision, and I'm pretty sure they want to align with the Australian, if your children are not jabbed, they can't go to preschool or kindy or whatever. And they probably want to extend that right through education, right through life. Not vaccinated, don't live. Just as you said.
Well, we've already had that.
Well,
We know that can happen.
Yes, well, that's also that you see that in the US as well, right? So we've got Australia and the US that have this sort of no vax, no play, or kind of no school sort of situation. And a lot of people actually believe that that's happening here as well, because they don't know otherwise, just because of the way that the forms are sort of written and things like that when you're enrolling for preschool and school. But it's not the case yet. But that is, to me, that is a huge danger of a policy like this, $30 million of funding going towards these vaccine targets. In the US, you have a similar system there where usually they're paediatricians for the children over there, don't really do GPs like we do. They have these targets that are imposed via a range of mechanisms, as far as I can see, from insurance providers and state legislation and things, where if they don't reach that sort of threshold, they can lose their funding. And so what happens as a result of that is that patients and their families get fired from the practices. So they're turned away, and they're turned away not just for place, but everyone's going to turn them away because their presence in the practice brings down the vaccination rate and makes them so that they can't hit their targets. So then you create this whole class of people who can't access medical care, which is, you know, a massive danger in itself. And I mean, obviously, it's good for people who, you know, fine for people who want to take more responsibility of their health. But there's always times when you might need regular medical care. You know, you've got an injury of something that you need to go and see somebody for.